Hi, Patrick Chanley at ptlarts.com. A bit more about Connect. So, connecting. Uh, the beauty of it is like we need to be prepared to change. So, the beauty of it is once we look deeper at the way our body sustains itself throughout a lifetime, we're in fact never the same. Everything is renewing constantly. So, why is it that we become fixed in our ideas about who we are and what we can achieve? I'm not a psychologist or a scientist, but I've been alive for a while and now beginning, only just, I have to say, to understand a few things through experience rather than intellectually understanding it. It's like something that you live and come to an understanding through your experience. So it's only in recent years that I've been able to see the correlation between what has happened at various stages in my life and how they relate to my development as a human being. As life goes on, we get swept along by very important needs and circumstances, don't we? Sometimes we can take over just about everything. Before we know it, we can be responsible for new life. This necessitates feeding, clothing, and housing, not just yourself, but others. We were expected to know how to do it, how to hold these relationships together, how to deal with people. It's like, at the very least, know how to pretend that we know how to do it, which of course is what a lot of us end up doing. So we do what we think we should do without actually really knowing what we should do. So there's all these like sets of rules that crop up, aren't they? Certainly when I was small, the idea was that you'd go out to work straight away. There wasn't leaning on education, uh, particularly when I was young, where I was in my particular setup. It was a case of get out to work. So, um, you know, only a select few would go to university and stuff, and I certainly wasn't in that realm. Um, then there's the way that we react to these situations, aren't there? Isn't there? We all sort of can react differently. Generally, these could be based on our understanding of how life works. My experience seems is like a mixed bag of this. So I tend to sort of quite often have learned in hindsight rather than um, know how to approach things. Maybe a lot of us are the same. Um, Also, I feel what is because everything's changing all the time, and certainly as when I was a child, there were no cars. There weren't many cars. I was lived in a road. There was one car. Uh, I just remember us getting a fridge was a bit of a breakthrough. We did have a bath. We had coal. There wasn't central heating, like etc. etc. And so it goes on in my particular environment. Of course, it's very much the case for a huge part of the population all over the world, but I didn't understand that at the time. Anyway, now, like, here I am talking to you. Even at the age of 34, I moved to where I'm living now, and I had like a computer that I did music on, and it was like 1 megabyte. Uh, Now, I mean, it's amazing. I'm amazed that I used to even be able to do anything on 1 megabyte of computer system. I didn't have a mobile phone until like just about, I guess, just about 20, yeah, just about 20 years ago, I got my first mobile phone. And it's certainly a different story of what you got in a mobile phone these days, etc., etc. That's just technology apart from everything else that has changed so much. So there is a positive and negative side to all of our tendencies, aren't there? A lack of wisdom has enabled me to develop some wisdom, a bit. A must work ethic means I am more able to take on new challenges. Of course, you know, in hindsight, I was fortunate to keep my job as long as I did. And so I have a more healthy respect for those who continue to work in the challenging environment that I have now left. I winged it. I didn't really know what I was doing. In a sense, our possible clients, customers, are of course on a similar journey at different ages and different places. I think self-reflection and taking on our inconsistencies can help us begin to think of our potential clients. An avatar is important, or the person that we imagine may well be our customer, and can help us focus on the connecting dialogue that we're going to develop to build up these relationships with our clients. So if we're selling art, it depends on many things. Who may connect with our story and hence our work. If we are sharing our expertise, that could support researching a different type of avatar. I'm certainly not suggesting that I've managed to completely reach an answer to who my avatars are, but I do feel that often those who resonate with us either share the shortcomings or will be looking for the strength that you naturally convey. Confidence in your ability is always very attractive, and in a sense, if it is coaching or guidance, then your innate confidence is like a magnet. So, where are you confident, or where can you become confident? Finally, I'm finding that to produce articles and videos like this is a fantastic way to develop this, strengthen these competencies, become competent. It's surprising how much you already know. We tend to not rate the understanding or intellectual property that we have gained through our life experience so far, whatever age we are. There are some more things to think about as you develop your ideas about the value that you can create and who that may be for. So, in summary, what I've been talking about really is this self-reflection on about how you operate, how you react to certain situations. It's about who our customers, who our clients are going to be, and how we're going to relate to them. So that's why it's so important for us to look at it. So if you're interested in what I'm talking about, thumbs up. If you're not, I'm quite happy to see thumbs down. Some comments, some extra thoughts would be fantastic. And any questions, or I'd love to be able to get into dialogue with you, actually. So, see you on the next video. Thanks very much.